Hey guys, if you're interested in knowing about a miracle vitamin that the healthcare industry does not want you to know about, stay tuned. This video is for you.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello everyone. Welcome. If you are new here, if you are a returning viewer to my channel, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode of Color Me Healthy, where we chat and color for the health of it. Please view the disclaimer in the description box, noting that these are my experiences and my opinions, and I'm not a professional healthcare agent. That these are solely my personal opinions and experiences, but please see the full disclaimer in the description box. So let's jump right on into this. I am so excited to be sharing this information with you guys. I know I say I'm so excited on every video, but I genuinely and literally am so excited. I know a lot of you are like, okay, Necee, you have been telling us that you're going to share all of this good stuff that you've been experiencing and your, what you've been having, success with your health and everything. So go ahead and just make a video and just tell us everything you did and everything that's been working for you. Just go ahead and spill the beans about everything. Well, I would love to do that, but guys, it has taken me months to just compile this information, this research. I have been doing little experiments and testing these things. I wanted to fully test these things on myself before I came to anybody with this information, even my family members. So I wanted to be completely sure that, what I'm talking about, what I give to you is something that is, true and trusted. Because hey, you guys are our fam, so I don't want to be misleading you and giving you all kind of stuff that don't work, because we have enough of that in our world, right? Okay, so anywho, I figured, hey, it took me months to get to this place, so it's going to take time for me to dispense that information to you. I don't want to rush this information. Like I said, I want to be kind of concise with the information so that you can go to one direct video and find one direct topic, or, something to that nature. But anyway, let's jump right on into it. My miracle vitamin that I feel the healthcare industry does not want us to know about is the vitamin that we call vitamin D3. Okay? Vitamin D3. In today's video, we're going to discuss the health benefits. We're going to discuss my experience, my research, and I feel that, the healthcare industry, they don't want us to know the truth about this miracle vitamin. I mean, it's truly a miracle. So let me just jump right on into it. I know you've probably seen the thumbnail and you saw like, what? Naturally cure high blood pressure? Excuse me, guys, I can't talk. Naturally cure high blood pressure? Are you serious? Yes. You talk about naturally curing high blood pressure, naturally curing anxiety and depression, helping with pain and lessening your pain, even probably getting rid of your pain altogether. Yes, I'm talking about some serious curing, okay? Serious information that is like, yes, I completely feel a difference more than what any doctor has given me or prescribed me. All right, let me just go right on into it by telling you my story and how I came upon realizing that this vitamin was a miracle. I'm sure you guys have heard of vitamin D, and you probably take it as a supplement, probably daily, a low dose. But let me give you the skinny on this little puppy here, okay? Why do I say this little puppy? I don't know why I say call stuff puppy. Maybe because I love puppies. Anyway, okay, get back on track, Necee. All right, so here's my story. About 2.5 years ago, my pain levels and my depression levels had just skyrocketed because my mom had just passed away, and my fibromyalgia had just gotten like, I just had this huge flare, and I was just in such pain. So I went to my rheumatologist, and previously, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, my rheumatologist and other doctors that I have seen have always prescribed to me high dosages of vitamin D3 because they would do these tests and see that my vitamin D levels were low. Most of the time, a person with fibromyalgia and lupus, because of this autoimmune issue and just fibromyalgia in general, I think if you have any kind of, disease, chronic illness, diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever, your body just cannot hold on to vitamin D. So your levels are probably always low. But I would always get that test because my rheumatologist started doing that test years and years and years ago on me. And she would tell me that vitamin D, because my vitamin D levels were low, that could be the cause of a lot of my pain. So she would prescribe me high levels, high dosages of vitamin D3, like 50,000 to 100,000 IUs per week to take for like 3 or 4 weeks. So she would do that, and other doctors that tested me for my vitamin D levels and see if they're a little low, they would do the same thing. So about 2.5 years ago, when I asked my rheumatologist, I said, well, since my vitamin D levels are low, can you prescribe me the high dosage of vitamin D to see if that would help? Immediately, the same doctor who told me that if your vitamin D levels are low, that would cause you to have more pain. This same doctor told me, oh no, 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 no. That's futile. That doesn't work anymore. It doesn't matter if your vitamin D levels are low, and it doesn't work to give you those high dosages anymore. No, 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 no. I'm not going to give you that. That if you want to get your vitamin D levels up, then just take the over the counter every day, just do that. But I'm not going to prescribe you the high dosage like I used to, because that's not going to help you. So I'm looking like, okay, so why have you changed your mind on this could be the cause of my pain? Because I had gotten to a point where I was just tired of hurting, and I was like, look, doc, what can you do to help with my pain? I was taking high dosages of pain medicine, and she kept trying to prescribe me other fibromyalgia medicine like Lyrica and Savella and Cymbalta, and she even prescribed me methotrexate. And the last one she prescribed me was something that started with a T, but I looked up the side effects for it, and she even was like, okay, now if you start taking this medicine, then you can't plan to have any children, and you need to come back for blood tests every month, and your vision may get bad. And so I'm like, what? And she was like, yeah, that's the only way your pain levels are going to go down. But that vitamin D thing, no, I'm not going to prescribe you a higher dose because that doesn't work anymore. And so at that point, I was like, okay, she got to know what she's talking about. I mean, she is my rheumatologist, right? So I left the doctor's office that day thinking nothing of it. So we get on down the line. I'm just steady battling with pain and just nothing is working. I'm having to take more and more pain medicine. I'm taking all of this fibromyalgia medicine that's causing all of these other side effects. And it's just miserable. For the next 2 years, I am absolutely miserable. And it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And when you're in that much pain all of the time, you're bound to get depressed. You're bound to have anxiety. You're bound to be like, my life is, it's just, I don't know what to say about it. It's just your quality of life, your quality of living is so low because you're like, I can't spend every day of my life feeling like this. Something has to give, okay? So at that point, I had not yet decided to go on this research journey of taking control of my health because I'm still thinking, hey, the doctors know what they're talking about. Hey, they got to know what they're talking about. They're the ones that went to school for 10, 15, 20 years, okay, in practice. So 2 years later down the line, I get to a point where I'm still in major pain, but now they're telling me that I have high blood pressure. I get to a point where my blood pressure is just not lowering. So they prescribed me one high blood pressure medicine, which was Norvasc, I think. It was a low, like 5 milligram little thing. And it didn't do anything. My blood pressure was still pretty high. I mean, like numbers like 160 over 100. And my pulse rate was like really high all the time. And I could remember like those 2.5, 3 years ago when I was taking those vitamin D3 supplements, those high dosages. I could remember my blood pressure going up when I didn't take it. And then I can remember when taking it, the high dose of vitamin D3, whether it was 50,000 or 100,000 per week, I can remember my blood pressure going back down. I didn't think of that at that point. At that point, I was like, hey, maybe because I'm in so much pain, my blood pressure is up because that is a factor also. When you're in so much pain, your blood pressure rises, and so does your blood sugar when you're in so much pain. So they give me the blood pressure medicine, 2.5 years later, and it's not helping. So they add another blood pressure medicine to it, which was the like losartan, and that doesn't work. My blood pressure is still the same, still elevated, still high. So they add a different kind of blood pressure medicine, which was actually the same. Well, the losartan, they added the one that has like the water pill or the diuretic in that pill. So I am kind of taking three different blood pressure medicines at this point, but they kind of changed one that added in a different feature. So I'm on two blood pressure medicines now, and that doesn't help my blood pressure either. My blood pressure is only, slightly going down just a little bit, right? And so at this point, I'm like, hey, what is really wrong with me? I don't understand. So I start doing research at this point. This is a few months ago, maybe 6, 7 months ago. I'm looking on the internet and YouTube, and I'm researching high blood pressure causes and this, that, and the other, and I'm just trying to, figure things out for myself at this point, because at this point they want to put me on a third blood pressure medicine, which was methocarbamol or something, to help with my heart rate. I always had a high heart rate. My heart rate has never been low. So I'm like, that can't be just the issue. It has to be something else. So once she sends me my doctor, I'm no longer, talking to the rheumatologist about, well, I wasn't talking to the rheumatologist about blood pressure anyway. My regular doctor has to manage that. So the rheumatologist was talking about pain, but it's all connected. So now the doctor wants to put me on a third blood pressure medicine, and I'm like, no, 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 no. This is not cool for me to be taking all this medicine in addition to my diabetes medicine. At that point, the doctor had put me on 2 diabetes medicines because my blood sugar was elevated. It started to get just out of control. And I'm the type of person, I don't like to take all that medicine. I like to figure out natural cures, and because I'm like, these medicines have more side effects than they do in curing you and helping you with your illness, right? Illness, right? So here I am, like, okay, if I take all this medicine, it may help this one thing, but it's going to mess up 10 other things. That's just, I've never trusted the doctors, because I'm like, I see all these pharmaceutical companies coming into the doctor's office while I'm sitting there, and they have this bag full of goodies, and they're, paying these doctors to prescribe their patients, these different medicines to guinea pig us on. But okay, that's another video. That's another story. I know you guys are like, Necee, you think everything is a conspiracy. So, but guys, it's true, guys. It's true and tested, tried and true, okay? Anyway, so I'm like, okay, we gotta figure something else out. What is really going on? So at this point, I'm looking at YouTube. I'm trying to find, why is my blood pressure elevated? What's going on? So I run across this video of this man who is a doctor, and he's talking about the people that live in Ecuador and different places that are closer to the equator, that have a higher concentration of vitamin D3 from the sun. None of those people have high blood pressure. So he said he went through like these steps. He said, if you have high blood pressure, first try this. First, try getting your, vitamin D levels tested and see if they're a little low. If they're a little low, if they're below average, then you need some vitamin D3 and you need a high dosage. So he says, start there. And he gave some other steps that if that didn't work, then go to this next step, natural things that he was saying to do. So I said, okay, yeah, maybe this will work. I'm willing to try anything, natural. And then I was also seeing all these videos that were talking about vitamin D toxicity, saying how you could actually take too much vitamin D and have this calcification in your arteries and cause high blood pressure. And I'm like, wait a minute now, who's telling the truth here? So I continue with my research and just trying to figure out who's telling the truth. So I looked at quite a few different doctors, and I end up going back to this one particular doctor on YouTube who's actually a chiropractor. But you know what? Chiropractors, if you could find one that deals with natural remedies and holistic cures and stuff, that's a good chiropractor. They actually are actually better doctors to listen to than an actual medical doctor, because a chiropractor doesn't have much to gain from the pharmaceutical industry. But I will link above the doctor that has taught me just about everything I know about my health and curing me. And really, I mean, he has done an amazing job in putting out information for us here, you know, in the real world, that really wants to be cured and not just masked over symptoms. But anyway, his name is Dr. Eric Berg, and he has taught me so much about getting well again. It's amazing. So I'm going to link his one of his videos about vitamin D in the description below. So anyway, I decided to go to my doctor and ask them for a vitamin D test to see if my levels were low. And they were, but they weren't super low, apparently, according to the doctor. I never saw the numbers. You know what? I need to go and ask them for my numbers to see the results of my own test. But anyway, once she told me, my doctor, my medical doctor, that my levels were kind of low, I immediately asked for a prescription to get that high dosage, or that high dosage of vitamin D3, like I used to get in the 50,000 or 100,000, to build my level up quickly and to see if that would help with my high blood pressure. Well, guess what? She denied me that request, okay? She told me, well, you know what? No, I'm not going to give you a high dosage of vitamin D because it's not necessary, because your levels aren't low enough for that high of a dose. I said, well, why not? I mean, can you just give it to me so my levels can elevate? I just wanted to see would it help my blood pressure. I wasn't counting on it to help my pain levels like what the rheumatologist was giving it to me for. And do you know that doctor would not give it to me, right? She would not give it to me. So I stayed on her. I kept bugging her. I kept bugging her. She kept saying, well, you can just go get the over the counter and just take that to build your levels up. And I was like, no, I don't want to get the over the counter. I want the high dosage like I used to get in the past. So finally, I get a call from the pharmacist saying, your vitamin D is ready. You can come pick it up. I get to that pharmacy and I picked it up thinking, oh my goodness, yes, this is the 50,000, 100,000 IUs that I've been bugging her about. I get that stuff home. I didn't look at it till I got home. I wouldn't have picked it up if I would have known what she wrote the prescription for and what she gave me, okay? She gave me some 2,000 IU to take once daily. She gave me the over-the-counter stuff and intentionally rejected me of the high dosage like I asked her for. I was like, oh my goodness, really? I still didn't really think anything of it, okay? Not until one of my friends, I mentioned that story to one of my friends, what had happened. And one of my friends said, wait a minute, my doctor won't give me the high dosage of vitamin D3 anymore either. I used to get it back in the past, but he told me that I don't need that. That doesn't work anymore. So he wouldn't give it to her either. I said, wait a minute now, this must be some type of conspiracy. What is really going on? So I said, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I know my vitamin D level is low because I've gotten the test done. So I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm going to bypass all the doctors. I'm going to go to Amazon and see if they have any high dosage vitamin D. I went to Amazon and lo and behold, they did. They had some 50,000 IU tablets, not tablets, capsules that you can take once a week. And it was like, this works for your health. Take it once a week. Be careful because taking D3 in high dosages may cause weight loss, may cause low blood pressure. And I'm like, wait a minute, may cause all these warnings is stuff that I want to happen. I want these things to happen, right? So I'm like, oh my goodness, yes, give this to me. So I ordered it. Now, the key that upon my research and watching the YouTube videos, the key to taking vitamin D3, a high dosage of it, like 50,000 IUs, international units per week, is to take vitamin K2 along with it to keep the vitamin D3 from toxifying your body and causing calcification in your arteries. So, yes, the doctors that was talking about the vitamin D3 toxicity, that is a valid point, but you have to take vitamin K2 along with it because K2 directs the calcium that vitamin D3 makes, it directs it into the tissues and into the bones. Now, back in the past, when I was prescribed vitamin D3, the doctors didn't tell me anything about taking K2. But it did bring my blood pressure down, apparently, and it kept my blood pressure in check back in the day. All right. So I don't know if the doctors didn't know to tell me to take vitamin K2 along with the high dose of vitamin D3. I don't know if they were just careless in knowing that information, or they may not have known that information at all. But you have to take K2 along with the D3. Now, a lot of people might be like, wait a minute, I can't take vitamin K because vitamin K, quotations, is a blood clotting vitamin. That's true for vitamin K or K1, but vitamin K2 is a totally different makeup. It does a totally different thing than for blood clotting. It does not clot the blood. It sends the vitamin D3, that the calcium that it makes, it sends it into the bones. So you got to know the difference in what your vitamins do. And the best K2 vitamin to get is the one that says MQ7, not the MQ4 one. And I know this may sound so confusing, but I will link a video below where Dr. Berg talks about the differences in vitamin K and which is the best type of vitamin K2 to get. He tells the differences between vitamin K, vitamin K1, which is the same thing, and vitamin K2, which is what you want if you're taking vitamin D. Because vitamin D3 is actually, and then there's different kind of vitamin D. You got to make sure you're getting vitamin D3, okay? So I'll link those videos below because he can explain it much better than I ever could. But guys, I started taking the vitamin, a high dosage. Actually, the vitamins that I got from Amazon, that 50,000, they didn't work. I actually got some 5,000 IU vitamin D3 from GNC, and I will try to find an Amazon link of that. But I got those and I just took 10 of those that equaled up to 50,000. I took 5 one day along with 2 K2s, and I took 5 the next day with 2 K2s. And guys, oh my goodness, the next day I noticed a significant difference in my energy level, in my pain level. And the next day I saw my blood pressure get normal again. I stopped taking my blood pressure medicine for a few days to see if it really was the vitamin D that was doing it. And it was. The vitamin D brought my blood pressure back to normal, okay? I have not taken my blood pressure medicine for, I think it's been almost a month now. and my blood pressure is good. I check my blood pressure 3 times a day. I check it in the morning. Once I get up and wash my face and brush my teeth and sit down for a few minutes, it's been great. It's been good. It's been better than when I was taking the blood pressure medicine. And so I take 50,000 IUs of the D3 and I take 200 milligrams of the K2, vitamin K2, MQ7 version once a week. And it has helped my blood pressure to get back to normal. And it has also helped with, it says it also helps with depression and anxiety. And it has definitely done that, guys. Oh my goodness. I know you're like, Necee, you're usually one of the happiest people I ever seen on YouTube. But when it's a high pain level day, I don't get on camera because I'm like, well, number one, I'm hurting too bad. And number two, I can't I can't even talk right. I'll just be like, oh, welcome to my channel. And can you tell I just took some vitamin D3 like before I got on camera? But yes, guys, it helps with everything. Now, don't you stop taking your high blood pressure medicine and go get you no vitamin D3 talking about Necee said to do this. No, you don't. No, you have to do your own research. You know, if you don't feel comfortable in taking charge of your health on your own, like I did, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then discuss this with your healthcare professional because I'm not saying all doctors are out to kill us, okay? Because there are a lot of doctors apparently in other places that where I don't live that actually want to help. Like all these doctors I watch on YouTube, they want to help you, and they're somewhere in the world. But where I live, all the doctors around here just they're pill pushers. They just want to fill you up with these pills that's going to kill me, okay? And I don't want you to croak over and have no stroke or no heart attack talking about Necee said go take some vitamin 3 and vitamin K and it's going to cure me. No, don't you do that. You do your own research, you figure out what's best for you and just see what your doctor say. If you trust your doctor or your healthcare agent and you think they'll tell you the truth and they really want to help you, tell them to give you a vitamin D test to see if your levels are low. And if your levels are low, ask them for a high dosage of vitamin D3 and a K2 prescription. And if they don't want to give it to you, they say just go take that over the counter, once a day and you'll be fine. You know something is not right. You know something is fishy because that low dosage once a day is not going to help you. You need that. Well, I needed that high dosage to push my body into overdrive to really help me to feel better, to see results because that little dosage spread out, that didn't help me. I actually tried the prescription that the doctor gave me. I tried it and it didn't help me. It didn't help my pain. It didn't help my blood pressure. It didn't help any of that. But once I took the higher dosage, oh my goodness. It was a miracle, guys. It was a miracle. So this is my miracle vitamin. I actually had a pretty bad pain level this week because I took the high dosage from Amazon and it didn't work. I actually took two of them. So I took 100,000, the ones from Amazon, and I felt no difference. So I was like, man, what's going on? I've taken 100,000 units and I don't feel better. My pain level is high. My blood pressure wasn't high. My blood pressure is still good. but it wasn't helping my pain or my energy. So I said, you know what? I don't think these are working. I think they're just not working for me. Let me go back to these 5,000 units, 10 of them from GNC, and see if that works. Oh my goodness. I took those. I took five, no, I took seven of them. And I took two K2 capsules. And guys, within 20-30 minutes, I felt a huge difference. I felt so much better. My pain level went down. I had energy. It was just amazing. I just feel these immediate effects. And I just had to come on here and tell you guys about it because it's so many of us that are experiencing, and you guys see all my little caps breaking off my pens. I don't know what's going on with that. I think they just old because I've had these gel pens for 3 years. But anyway, that's off the subject. I know so many of us are going through so much. It's so many of us that are going through pain and illnesses, and the healthcare industry, they're just not coming through for us. They're just not coming through with anything to really help us. Most of the medicines that are prescribed, they're just a mask. They're just masking symptoms. They're not really curing us and helping us. They may kind of fix one thing, but then the side effects mess up 10 other things. And that's just not cool. That is not cool. How are you going to give me a medicine that's supposed to help my high blood pressure, but then it may cause blindness or it may cause infertility, even though I don't want to be fertile. I don't, I'm too old for children. No, I don't, no, we're not going there, okay? Or something may cause, yeah, we may help your high blood pressure, but this may give you high cholesterol, or this may cause a heart attack or a stroke. I'm just like, really? These are the side effects of this medicine? No, that's not gonna work. So I have I've gotten my family members on this journey with me, on this vitamin journey, and it has been working for them too. So it's not just me and my body, I got my family members on this, and it's bringing their blood pressure down and the diabetes and everything. Guys, maybe the next video, you let me know what you want to hear about. If you want to hear about the diabetic medication, how I got off my diabetes medication and what I believe about that, guys, that could be video episode number 3, because I'm about to get off of, well, I pretty much have. I don't think I'm really on any medically prescribed medication. I'm just doing vitamins. And I just, guys, the vitamins don't have many side effects. A lot of people like, vitamins can cause problems too. They can't cause any more problems than what the prescribed medications can cause. Okay. As a matter of fact, hey, I've never been like this super health conscious, health guru type person, like a vitamin advocate. But it's proven true now, guys. I'm getting true, tried, and tested evidence of the vitamins that I'm taking being so much better for me than the medicines that I was prescribed. So, what do you think, guys? What do you think? How many of you suffer with high blood pressure? I have been diagnosed with high blood pressure, diabetes, fibromyalgia, lupus. I'm only borderline lupus. The rheumatologist told me if I lose weight, the lupus will go away. But I'm like, what in the have you ever heard any craziness like that? And I'm like, I'm maybe 40, well, I was 40 pounds overweight, but now that I've lost about 20 pounds, and a lot of people may say, well, you lost 20 pounds, that helped your high blood pressure. Oh, no, 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 no. My blood pressure, losing the weight, that didn't really help because if I stop taking the vitamin D, my blood pressure will go up a little bit, you know? So I'm like, no, that's just not, weight loss is good and everything, but that wasn't the end all. That weight loss does help. It helps with other things, but I'm telling you, that vitamin D3, that high dosage, that's what helped that blood pressure. And that's what helped that pain level. So a lot of people are like, hey, you got fibromyalgia. If you lose weight, your pain levels will go down. It's that vitamin D3, honey child. So, guys, hey, comment below if, you have issues with high blood pressure and diabetes and all that kind of stuff so I can know the sequence of videos that I need to make, which videos I need to make first, and go ahead and make so you guys can get this information, as soon as possible because I want to share with you my successes and what I've been through. And I have never had success like this before. I mean, weight loss would be great, but like Dr. Berg always says, he says you need to get healthy before you can lose weight. So that's so true. How can I get out and exercise or cook myself a healthy meal if I'm hurting, you know, if I'm not feeling well? So he says you got to get healthy first, then you can work on losing weight. So that's so true. So, guys, yeah, I'm going to link his channel below. I'm going to link a couple of my favorite videos that I love watching. The information that he has given me. Oh my goodness, he is just amazing. Yes, he tries to sell his book every now and then, and he tries to sell his personal vitamins that he's created every now and then. But for the most part, he gives quality and valuable information. So, guys, you see this saying on this page, one goal a day is the secret to great achievements. That is totally true. I thought that this picture was the most appropriate for me to color with you guys because I've had these goals and they've worked for me. So thanks for tuning in. I will see you on the